Roxana Malina Toma.
Where do you come from?
Bucharest, Romania, Europe. Ai grijă! Da? Where did she go?
You're supposed to cry now.
I'm not.
Cry for the camera.
I'm not. I'll cry later tonight.
And what are you studying?
Now I'm in a PhD in economic policy, public administration, and political science.
And what do you want to do?
Economic development, travel around the world, maybe work for UN for some time. That's so bad. I couldn't tip because like I gave her 20, she gave 5 back, and I just stared there for like 1 second, and I felt like an ass if I would have put $1 there. I didn't know what to do, and like I felt bad because like, but I guess I should have tipped now because she was really nice, right?
Some of your impressions of the United States so far.
Well, now it's good. It's been 3 years. Well, now it's much better, definitely.
What was your first impressions when you first came?
Horrible.
Like what?
Like, I just hated being here. I was homesick every single day, and I just didn't understand American mentality. The way people are so individualistic here. But now I think I just adapted. And I've got friends here, and it's just... My home is here, even though I go twice a year back home. So still, I'm homesick all the time, but I'm just really good here.
Where's your family?
My sister lives in Maine. She's got her PhD from Duke in computer science, so now she's a professor in Maine. Brunswick, Bowdoin College. Mom and dad and grandma are back home in Bucharest.
Now your mom came to visit recently. How was that?
Well, that was awesome.
How long did she stay?
She's been a month in May, and she just flew here for, I don't know, 3-4 days. Yeah, I guess it was 4 days. By the way, Young, in one of my classes is this guy who is from North Korea, and he...
Really?
Hold on! He's insisting that he's the only North Korean dude in America. And I'm like, come on, I know you're from South Korea, but he makes it sound like... I know North Korea is communist, but like, do you really think he's the only North Korean graduate student in America? I mean, seriously.
Well,
I'm wondering, he's here for 2 years, and he's like leaving for the day. He's flying home, and I'm like, what? I mean, seriously, North Korea now is so bad. From what we know, he don't wanna, I mean, he's like, no, I just want to go back home. Fuck America.
Like I was saying last week, you know, in some communist countries, there's people who have power, have money.
Yeah, some in the power group has more than 3 or 4 wives. And
so you're telling me that tell me one thing, so in North Korea right now, even though it's fucked up and it's communist, still, if you're rich and you have the right connections, you can live
That,
really
this
well.
one is a little bit different because in that is not only he is another rich, he is rich and he has power in us. And so he can go to anywhere.
Je l'aime lungo e metro mensa, ma la di lem l'escoro savesta.
I'll have my doctorate and then I'll work. I'll be working. I just need the sort of position to allow me to travel. Just, you know, that company is sending me all over the world doing economic research, economic development. So much ignorance. I mean, you see this, seriously, you see these huge SUVs driven by just one person. I mean, it's like a van. And it's this huge, obese, overweight woman, like 400 pounds, is driving it. She has no kids, no nothing. She thinks it's cool driving an SUV. She never wonders how much gas you use up with that thing. And then she's got this sticker on the back of her car. We pray for our troops in Iraq, proud to be American. Well, if you really pray for your troops and if you really care for that, you should wonder why is that they've sent them there. Quality.
Do you remember when you were a child, when you grew up under Ceausescu?
Ceausescu.
Do you remember anything about that?
Yes, I remember we were staying in lines, say next day at 6 p.m. You'd have milk or meat coming in to that store. So that was next day at 6 p.m. Well, not only 24 hours in advance, like around 30 hours in advance, people would go and basically camp out. I mean, sit there in line for like 30 hours, make up these huge lines so they can get to grab some meat or some milk. I mean, that's really, no American has any clue about that. And once you got it, you're required to buy some other canned, really bad stuff. I mean, food. Basically, I want to buy a pound of beef, I would be required, I mean compelled to buy 20 cans of spinach, whatever, something that you'd never eat. And you'll have once a year, you have a bottle of Coca-Cola, and you have meat, like, if you're doing really good, if your mom and dad are doing really good, you'll have meat once a week. I really hope for myself and for my friends, and well, for everybody, right? That, I mean, I see myself adapting here, and you know, I see where the world is going, and everybody's going, but I really hope we'll never forget that. Just never forget about, you know, true relationships and true feelings. And I've got my favorite quote that the biggest happiness in life is to love and be loved. That was George Song. She was Chopin's lover.